I think it's probably time to do an update on my hand situation. So, some of you may know I broke my hand last October. I fell down the stairs and hit the side of my hand in a banister to break my fall, and it cracked my metacarpal bone clean in two. I do actually have the X-ray on I think it's a DVD, but my MacBook doesn't have a disk drive. I do have an old laptop that does have a disk drive, but I have no internet connection here. So if I upload it, it's just a pain. I might have to go to a cafe with this laptop just so I can upload. Anyway, the main point is that I broke my hand, and so I was in a cast for 6 weeks until the beginning of December, and I've now been out of the cast for, how long's that? Almost 2 months, over a month and a half, and it's definitely not the same as it was. It seems like my little finger splays out on both hands anyway, quite a lot. Like, I went to my dad's house. He was like, "Oh yeah, I can see something's wrong with your hand." It's like, no, it wasn't this hand. So, I don't know if he was just trying to make me feel better. A bit of a weird way to make me feel better. Like, no, your normal hand looks horribly misshapen. But anyway, yeah, this is the hand. Um, so it's actually still a little bit swollen. For a long time, I couldn't even see the tendons on these two fingers. That's only come back in the last, the last couple of weeks or so. And you can kind of start to see movement for this finger, and my veins as well are starting to reappear. But yeah, this bit of my hand is still very swollen, so I can't even really properly feel what's going on in there. But according to the doctor, they didn't actually do an X-ray when they took the cast off. They took lots of X-rays when I was in the cast, but when it came off, they're like, "Yeah, it's probably done. It's been 6 weeks. We don't need to check." So, fingers crossed. Like, I guess I would have known by now if it hadn't joined. But it does feel kind of weird, and my knuckle has moved, so you can see probably straight away. I've lost what the physio said. I lost prominence on my knuckle, so you can see right there, like, razor fist. Here, not so much. It's a little bit doughy, and that's kind of bothering me a bit. I'm not sure if that's going to, well, I don't think it's going to move back now. I could be wrong, because I did read things saying that even months or up to 18 months or something after you're healing a bone, things can still be moving around and moving back into place. I don't know. I think what's happened is when it's joined together, it's just made it a little bit shorter, so my knuckle has come back, but that means it does feel very tight when I make a fist. And as you can see, I can make fists and straighten my hands, and I have, well, most of my movement back, you can see. I found out from my physio I'm actually hypermobile, so, my fingers bend back way further than most people, which is apparently very common in musicians. Chicken and egg. Presumably that's just genetic, and then it makes you want to continue instruments because they're easier to play. But yeah, you can see this hand isn't quite there yet. I can hear my neighbour next door. I'm probably pissing them off because it's very late at night. But the general flexibility not quite there, but I can do all of the usual movements now, and I can play guitar. The actual biggest problem for me playing guitar is it's still quite sore. Certain movements do kind of irritate it, but it is only certain movements. And actually the most difficult movement that I have playing guitar, so yeah, the strength in my little finger isn't there, and it's slightly, the position has moved slightly, so getting this finger to hold down strings properly is a bit tough. But it's actually this finger, my ring finger, for some reason. I have no idea what it is. I know that these two fingers are very interlinked, so if there's something going on with the soft tissue here, that might be affecting this ring finger, but this actually feels like the stiffest finger. And there are a few pieces where you've got to sort of move your ring finger independently, so you know, really contra to these three fingers, so this, you know, like this, essentially this movement, and that is slow and really struggling. So I do have a bunch of physio exercises which I haven't been doing because I don't have access to them right now, but when I get access to them again, I'll be doing them every day. I have been doing the ones that I can remember, including this particular one where you hold it up, you bring your little finger up, across, down, up, across, down. This is not working. Suspended in midair. But yeah, it's playable. Like, I can use it to play songs. It's not perfect. Bar chords are still a bit of a problem because this is quite interesting. Your strength actually comes from this side of your hand. I would have thought of the, you know, ring and middle fingers as being the strong ones, but actually the, I guess, torque that your hand produces from this side is where all of your strength comes from. So when I tested the strength of my hands, I'm ridiculously weak anyway, but this hand is half as strong as this one at the moment. So I really need to build that back up. Yeah, it's obviously not ideal, but I'm trying to make the most of it by taking the opportunity to read music again, learning more classical pieces than I've ever known before, and I will be posting some of those very soon. So yeah, just in case you were wondering how my hand was going or where I was, that's what's been happening.